Well, all right, good morning, guys. So today I've got a 2017 Subaru Outback with the 2.5 liter, and I'm going to be replacing spark plugs on it. And of course, my microphone is dead. I have it charging right now, so hopefully the audio will be somewhat decent. So on this 2017 Outback, this is the Subaru part number for the spark plugs that you're going to want to use. And when you open the box, it's got, well, it's NGKs. These are the original plugs. So I will put the part numbers in the description so you know which kind of spark plugs to get. You definitely want to use the original OEM spark plugs. Don't go buy some crappy auto lights and put those in. Please don't do that. And of course, on this Subaru, you've got essentially two spark plugs that are down here. On the passenger side of the engine, you've got to remove those two ignition coils to get to the plugs. And then if you come over here onto the driver's side, you'll find the other two spark plugs. So there are four in total, and the other two are right there once you pull out those two ignition coils. So as you can see, they're a little bit tight, a little bit difficult to get to compared to some other typical four-cylinder cars that have all the plugs and coils on top. So let's jump right into the repair. The book time labor is 1.8, almost 2 hours labor. So let's see how bad it really is. Okay, step one, let's disconnect the mass airflow sensor. Let's undo the air box. And let's come over here to the throttle body, and we're gonna take an 8mm socket and we're gonna loosen this clamp here. Next, we're gonna come right down here. We're gonna take some pliers. We're gonna undo this clamp right here at this breather hose. Slide the clamp back. Go ahead and pull off this breather tube. There may be supposed to be some kind of a push pin here. I'm not sure. On this car, it's missing. So now with all that taken off, we can remove this throttle body boot. And then we're gonna pull this off. And then the only other thing you're going to want to do is this wire for the mass airflow sensor. You're going to want to take that out of the box. I would just take some small needle nose pliers, kind of pinch it, push it through, just push it out the back. And once this wire is removed, this whole piece will be removable. I'll just go ahead and pop this out too and just lay it to the side. Okay, now we're going to come over here on the driver's side. I'm going to go ahead and remove the battery just to give us some room to work here. It requires a 10mm socket. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this wiring from the battery hold down. And set this out of the way. Now undo the battery hold down. Remove the battery hold down and remove the battery. Okay, next I'm going to pull out this plastic battery tray. Just lift straight out. Set this to the side. The metal battery tray that's underneath, I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. There's 3 bolts up here on top. You'll need a 14mm socket for those. And then there are an additional 1 right there, and then 2 more down there. So 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. So I'm going to remove those and pull out the metal battery tray. And so I'm actually going to be using this 14mm ratcheting wrench to go all the way down here. And I'm going to start with these bottom ones first. Just break them loose. Okay, so I've got both of those bolts out of the side. Kind of skipped ahead, that way you don't have to watch me ratcheting bolts for 3-4 minutes in a row. Now the remaining bolts will be easy. Now this whole piece can come out. Now check it out, we've got a lot more room now. Okay, now when you remove these connectors from the ignition coils, all you have to do is basically you press down on this metal tab. So you press it in, or you press it down. So you see that? You press it, and then once you have it pressed, then you pull the connector out. So I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to show, but okay, maybe this angle you'll be able to see it a little better. All right, you see that? There we go. And that's how you get that one off, and basically just do the same thing to all four. Once you get the clip out, then you can take a 10mm socket and you can go in here and you can loosen the ignition coil. And once you get that bolt out, then you can just pull out the ignition coil here. Just pull it up and out. Now I will say that there is a little bit of oil down in those tubes because the valve cover spark plug tube seals are leaking a little bit of oil into these tubes. If you see that, the only way to fix it would be to replace the valve cover gaskets, which you basically have to undo all these bolts here and pull off the metal cover and replace the seals underneath. And I'll say this too, I jumped over here to the passenger side, I pulled out this one coil in the front, and it was very difficult to get the connector off, even though I depressed this tab. Okay, look, so this is how it works. So you push this tab here, and then if you look on the inside of this connector, you see those little metal ears in there? So when you push on the tab, those little metal ears move out of the way. You see that, right? And then it allows you to pull the coil off. And so those basically grab onto right here and these little slots on the coil. Even though I pushed on the metal tab and I got those little ears out of the way, man, this thing was so tight it didn't want to come off. So what I actually ended up doing was I unbolted the coil and I pulled the coil out with the connector on it, still attached to the coil. That way I could kind of get two hands on it and yank it out of there. Is kind of difficult. So probably on the rest of these coils, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to undo the 10mm bolt and try to slide the coil out with the connector still attached, and then try to wrangle off that connector from that point. So I'm back here now on the driver's side, and I've got the bolt out for this back coil. So it looks like it's hard to take out, but it's really not, because look, you just pull it out and then you kind of twist it up, and then it'll pop out of there. So now that's out of there, and you can see there is some oil leaking in there. But now I can kind of use two hands and push on that retaining clip and pull the connector out. So let me just come over back here so you can see. So I kind of realized something. So sometimes when you're pushing down on this connector, even though right here where my index finger is, I'm pushing down, sometimes the part that actually grabs onto the coil that's in this little slot right here, sometimes that kind of gets stuck in there. So then you might have to take a little pick and kind of help it out by going in this slot right here with a pick and kind of pushing on this part of it to help it pop out, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's what I had to do on the other side on that back coil. Okay, so I'm here on the driver's side. So to get the spark plugs out, you'll need either a 14mm or a 9/16 spark plug socket. So this front one on the on the passenger side is probably the easiest one to get to. So I got a 3-inch extension. So I'm gonna stick this one in here, make sure that it grabs on the plug like so. I'm gonna break the plug loose. They shouldn't be in there too tight. Once you break it loose, you could probably just go in there with your hand like this, kind of unscrew it the rest of the way. And my socket's supposed to be magnetic, but the magnet fell out of it a while ago. So anyway, there's the spark plug right there. Now I'm running out of time a little bit. I've got to get this job finished up. So I'm going to show you guys probably the most difficult one to get out now, which would be, I'm guessing probably this one back here on the driver's side. So I'm going to show you that one, and then we'll kind of skip ahead. So I'm going to take the socket by itself, kind of go in there with it. Sorry, my hand's in the way, but I've kind of pushed it down there in the hole. then I'll go in with the extension and connect it to the extension, because if you try to put it all in as one deal put together, then it kind of can't really do it. You got to put one piece in at a time. But you see now the extension sticks out. So I changed up my strategy a little bit as far as the extensions that I'm using. But as soon as I get this out, let me break this loose and get this out, and I'll show you exactly what I used here to get this one out. Let me tell you on this part, what you don't want to happen is you don't want as you're loosening the spark plug, you don't want the head of your ratchet to get pinched on the frame as you're loosening it, because then you're going to kind of be a little bit stuck, because then you won't be able to get your ratchet out without tightening the spark plug all the way back in, if that makes sense. So you got to have a little bit of room in between the head of your ratchet and the frame of the car. That way, as you're loosening the plug and the ratchet starts backing out further, it doesn't get wedged. Okay, so it's pretty much broken loose. So now I'm going to take the ratchet off and then just untwist it by hand. I've got a swivel on there now, so I'm just gonna grab it by hand and just, yeah, the plug's loose, so I'm just gonna undo it until I can get the plug out. So see, I've backed it out, but now it won't come out because it hits on the frame, so I'm gonna have to, you know, kind of start separating these little extensions one by one, take it off piece by piece. Okay, so I took the swivel off. I had to use two hands to kind of grab that one while I pull this one off. So now I can reach back in there and pull everything out now. Okay, let's see here. And as I mentioned, my socket's supposed to be magnetic to grab onto the plug, but the magnet fell out, so I'll just go in there with a magnet, pull it out. So there's that one. So this was the setup I used to get that last one out. So I basically had this spark plug socket attached to this little 1-inch extension, which in turn was attached to the swivel, but I had to basically put them in piece by piece. So I had to stick this one in first, then put the 1-inch extension in after, then put the swivel in, connect it. And I used the swivel because I didn't want to risk my ratchet getting, I wanted to be able to kind of angle the ratchet a little bit so I wouldn't get it pinched on the frame and kind of give me a little better angle to get it loose. So you guys get the idea. I'm going to get the other ones out. The other ones are a lot easier. And by the way, when you remove these plugs, you want the engine to be ideally not stone cold, but not scalding hot either, because you'll burn yourself. But you want the engine to be somewhat warm while you remove and install the plugs. That's the recommended way to do it. And also on the new spark plugs, I always check the gap on the spark plug before I put them in. I'll go ahead and post that gap for you here, and I'll put it in the description. I'll also put the torque specs for the spark plugs in the description as well. It may be pretty difficult to get a torque wrench in there, so if you can't, then just use your discretion, and I'm sure it'll be all right. So as far as actually getting the plugs in, there's really nothing special to it. It's basically just the reverse of pulling them out. So I got the new ones in there. I didn't show it just because it's kind of boring and I'm running out of time. The customer needs their car back. They're rushing me, so I got to get this thing done. My only other tip is usually on these coils, I just take a touch of dielectric grease and put it in the boot there before I reinstall it. Okay, so driver's side, I've got the coils reinstalled and reconnected. I didn't have any trouble reconnecting the connectors at all. In fact, if you actually take your hand and you kind of stick it back down here, then you can grab the connectors fairly easily to push them back in. There shouldn't be any problem. And just to demonstrate here on the passenger side, it's really not that hard. It's just the fact that I only got one hand here. So just push it in until you hear it click. Okay, I heard it click. I don't know if y'all could hear that, probably not, but anyway, this one might be a little easier to show. There, both of them are in now. All right, next let's get the battery tray back on. Okay, next I'm gonna get the plastic battery tray put back in. Okay, now time for the battery. I'll go ahead now and reinstall the hold down. And I actually had to loosen the hold down a little bit and slide the battery forward. That way I could get the wiring harness clip right here to line up. There, that way it can get pushed in. So now tighten the hold down and then tighten up your terminals. All right, with all that taken care of, let's just move back over here. Let's get our air filter put back in. Stick this guy back in here. Now we're gonna put our air tube back on. Slide it in here. Make sure that the box, it's got these two little feet on it, or little tabs, and make sure that they fit in there properly when you're reinstalling the box. Now just tighten up this clamp here. Make sure this is securely attached. Don't forget to plug in your mass airflow sensor. Get this little push pin back in the spot where it goes. And of course, last but not least, do not forget this breather tube, otherwise you will have some issues. Reinstall this clamp. And I'm pretty sure right here there's supposed to be a push pin like this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one from off the shelf and get it put in. There we go. Oh. There we go. So that's pretty much it, guys. I went ahead and I just fired it up right now. Running fine. So that's how you replace spark plugs on one of these Subarus with the 2.5 liter. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much.